What? He just kicked me while I was on the ground?
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Ah, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Voigtwir, you two-faced scum? You're the one behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself.
My blood?
We are in the anteroom of the Warrant Chamber, this voidship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power, the sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Huh, so his blood won't do even though he is related to Theodora like us? What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, fond Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Okay, so is he affected by the warp? That's why he is doing all of this or something? But no, right? Because he also has followers here. I guess maybe all of them could be affected. Why are you doing this? I have no intention of helping you. I will help you as long as you spare my life. Will you let me join you? We can take the warrant from Theodora together.
I may consider it once you've done what I need you to do.
Okay, he won't consider it. So... we have to choose one of the other options. I'm gonna assume psychic powers won't work, right? So, why are you doing this?
Why? Because I am following an order. What is happening on this ship right now has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my masters sent me for. The Warrant of Trade.
The Warrant of Trade. Okay, so I guess we have two options here, right? Either we'll help him willingly, or he will force us to help him if we choose one of the first two options, right? So I guess let's force him to help us? I don't know. You close your eyes and try to focus, and then you feel the touch of something sharp. Voigtwir has somehow sensed a shift in the warp and delivered a preemptive strike. Also, he can see the future or something through the warp. The blade flashes in the dim light and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous, your head is spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Enough threats, I will comply with your demands. Fight the voice in your head, get out, I'm not your puppet. Let's try that. The voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence. Why is this highlighted? You were wounded by the corrupted weapon, which led to a warp entity invading your mind? Oh shit. Forcing you onto your feet and making you take a step toward the gates looming in the center of the chamber. Okay, so yeah, we're getting forced basically. I mean, we seem okay. Skill tests in dialogues. One of the available dialogue options requires making a skill test. Unlike with passive tests, which are made automatically, in this case you can decide whether or not to select an option, the consequences of which will depend on the result of the associated tests. Success or failure affects how the dialogue develops. Depending on the context, you might change the course of the conversation, alter the character's attitude, or perform an action whose consequences will become apparent later. Hover your cursor over the dialogue option. Okay. The number after the skill's name indicates a difficulty test. Once your character starts traveling with allies, okay, the party member with the highest score in the applicable skill will be selected for its test, yeah. So we have tech use, 75% chance to get it. In the gateway arch you see a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. Okay, let's try it. Yes, great success. You carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is a strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic, an incredibly rare and powerful piece of technology from humanity's ancient past. So what the hell is this thing? Oh, it's like a robot. Huh, okay. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With a screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward, closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in a dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. This thing over here? I wish there was a narrator, man. This is kinda weird to be reading out all of this. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. A whisper? Okay, yeah. The voices that filled your head after Volkvir wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Place your hand into the sentinel's maw. Examine it. The servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you are used to. Its skin covering is stitched together with copper thread, and it has metal hinges in place of the standard joints. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of this unit would be much longer than that of the ordinary automatons. Look for anything that could be used as a weapon. I don't think that's gonna help, right? Look back.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
Okay, let's place our hand into the Sentinel's maw. The Sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up and the pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The Sentinel's jaws remain closed and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath. Maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this has ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is it the Sentinel? The cogitator? Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Yes, I do require assistance. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity called in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Okay. Oh! Oh, dude! Let's go!
There is still another way.
He just rolled out. Check the warrant chamber. Oh my god, it just got blasted. Turrets? Yeah. And we have injuries. Fresh injury and old injury. An injury that wasn't healed in time, it can be healed with a Medicaid but requires passing a Medicaid skill test to succeed. Too many injuries reduce the character's resolve and cause traumas. Traumas? What are traumas? If a character who has received 3 or more injuries does not heal them within time with a medkit, the injuries will become traumas. The number of injuries that cause a trauma may vary. Traumas reduce a character's resolve and also inflict an additional negative effect, which depends on the specifics of a particular trauma. They can only be removed and fully healed in the Rogue Trader's private quarters on the voidship. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna be taking over this ship here. Still red hot from the gunfire, the engines of death froze as they finished off the heretics that had infiltrated the sanctum of the voidship. Do we get damaged here? No. So we can go in the chamber. Automaton is doing something. The enormous gates match the importance of the thing they protect. The massive doors are made of heavy metal and look impregnable. Valancius? Yeah. Oh, look at this! Is this the warrant of trade? Dude, this thing is humongous! Look at this! Oh, that's so good. Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade, and bestow upon them and the dynasty the great mission, to be the paragon of humanity unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the roads of thorns, through pain and something. Man, they go way too fast.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
The child of the house to safety? I need a weapon, I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora. What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Obnubilation? What does that even mean? I need a weapon. Are you the Warren Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
Okay, so contact Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
In place of the mechanical screeching, the servo skull's vox projects the voice of Theodora, distorted and ridden with static, yet still recognizable beyond a doubt.
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
Okay, I'm gonna assume she will die and we'll get the ship, right? That's the only thing that any of this makes sense. Lead me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Okay. Journal. As the game story unfolds, you will see notifications at the top of the screen indicating that the status of your current objective has been updated and new information has been added to your journal. Journal entries help you keep track of current events. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's pretty normal. The rumors and contract sections also contain important information. You will learn more about them later. Gotcha. Okay. So... no one must reach the warrant. A simple order to the Sentinel Cogitator will lock the chamber. Okay, so we have to interact with the terminal. Nice. What the? Oh. Who are you?
Run, fools, or fall!
Who is that? Oh, it's the dude from before, the Seneschal. With Theodora, right? Or... Abelard, yeah.
What? Whatever are you doing in the Warren Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me, what is the meaning of this?
Oh, I guess this has to look super sus to him. Seneschal Abelard Werserian has lost some of his former polish. His forehead is sweating, and one of the sleeves of his coat is torn and soaked through with blood. Nonetheless, despite his heavy breathing, he stands firm and his gaze is demanding, albeit somewhat surprised. He surveys the carnage around him, his brow furrows, and he places a hand on his weapon. Yeah, he's super sus. Kunrad is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
What? He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of that plan. I guess let's say the second one. He's clearly serving the unholy gods of the warp.
Serving the gods of the war? Kunrad is a heretic. Oh, Voidfair, you void rat. Madness. And this mutiny is likewise his doing, no doubt.
For a mere seneschal, you're asking too many questions. Yeah, he openly admitted that he is the mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saint's blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster.
It's kinda interesting how fast he believed us.
You're in a bad way.
Oh.
I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Does anyone actually love the throne? So we got a lace gun? Oh, it's a laser weapon. Single shot burst fire. Laser weapons are effective against targets in cover and targets with high dodge. 5% of range to weaponry cargo. 10 range, 20 maximum. Rate of fire 4. Also, we can fire 4 bullets with burst fire or something. Medium armor, can I even wear that as a psyker? So, armor is 20%, dodge penalty when you wear medium or higher armor probably. The character wearing this armor will dodge 20% of average enemy attacks in this chapter. In this chapter? Okay, interesting. This armor reduces the incoming damage of average enemy attacks in this chapter by minus 50%. Interesting, okay. And a medikit. Can't be equipped by us, but he can probably use it, right? Because he said he can treat our wounds. Contains various cataplasm patches, antiseptics and synthetic skin applicators. Restores 12 wounds. Also removes bleeding, removes 1 fresh injury, or if none exist, attempts to remove 1 old injury. Okay, so we can't remove the old one. I guess it will remove the fresh one, but the old one not really. Treating injuries. While fighting, your character can lose some of their wounds. Your character has suffered an injury after being attacked by Kunrad. This happens when a character receives damage that exceeds 50% of their maximum HP within 1 round. The exact percentage of wounds a character must lose for this to happen may vary depending on difficulty. Injuries reduce the character's resolve. When a character initially suffers an injury, it is considered a fresh injury during the first 3 rounds. Once 3 rounds have passed, a fresh injury becomes an old injury. A fresh injury can be healed using a medikit without passing any skill tests. Old injuries can be healed with a medikit, yeah, we see that already. I wonder what happens if you get a fresh injury and then the combat ends. Do turns pass when you're out of combat and moving freely? Or is it like some other games where 1 turn is 1 second? Once the combat is over, the wounds of all party members are replenished automatically, but any injuries they may have sustained remain. Those can be healed with a medikit. They can only be used by characters who have the field medic feature, base skill Medicaid, or have taken Medicaid skill advancement at least once. Whenever a character uses a medikit in battle, a Medicaid skill test determines the number of wounds that will be restored as a result. Abelard can heal your character's injury. Okay. Select the medikit on the panel. Needs to be standing right next to your character. Okay, yeah. Let's try this. New items. Inventory screen. Okay. Let's see. Equip new weapons or armor. Right. Switch between party members. Oh shit. We can have 5 party members? Okay, yeah, okay. So we have him as a companion now, cool. And we wanna give this to him. Oh, we can't do this? Oh, I guess the inventory is shared, right? Oh, he has two! Right, okay, interesting. So he's already wearing armor, Senesal's Drastic Carapace. This is heavy armor. 35% armor, interesting. So, can we wear this? I mean, we can. I guess we do, right? I guess we wear it. Lace gun? Sure. Oh, we have to do it for the quest, right. And now, let's try this. How do I select those fast? Okay. Can do it like this? Or we can... Okay, Control A works as well, cool. So... Here, F1. Okay, let's try this. So this should remove... Wait.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead.
So I assume the fresh injury got removed there, right?
The lower decks are teeming with heretics, instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
Well, that's not good.
But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
Okay. So what exactly has gone wrong with the translation?
I am no helmsman. Oh, God Emperor preserve me, navigator. However, I've spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Geller field has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak.
So I guess the Geller field is something that surrounds the ship to protect us from the warp?
If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the warp. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
I mean, if we say we didn't do that, it's even more sus, right? Because he found us in here. I think the Warren Sentinel may have sent that message. It appeared when I opened the chamber. Oh, he's not gonna like that, right?
Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort.
Oh. I guess she's never gone in there or something? That's weird, no?
The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
I mean, she's not the protagonist. What do we expect to find in the Navigator's Sanctum?
During warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Imperium. And for good reason. For the Navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the Sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the Immaterium. Only a Navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
That's actually super interesting. Abelard does not bat an eye as he lists all the horrors that you're about to face. The Navigator's Sanctum. I heard one of Theodora's Voxcasts.
Lady Theodora's.
Oh shit.
Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
I'm under no obligation to take such risks. The Navigator's Sanctum. Very well. Will you lead the way?
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
Let's go.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
Oh, did she just die?
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward!
Ha! Abelard is so funny.
Out of my way! You are my chaos!
Oh, damn! Combat begins with a tactical phase, during which characters cannot attack or take other actions, but may try to take up advantageous positions. Oh, we can do our formation before the battle. Select a character on their portrait, then click on the cell you want the character to move to. Red cells are areas inaccessible to the character. During the tactical phase, each character in the party may move up to their maximum movement points, but cannot position themselves adjacent to an enemy. Right, okay, interesting. Oh, dude, that's a lot of people. 7? Cutthroats. Oh, they only have 10 HP though. I mean... Oh, he has 25. Cutthroats. Why is he different? So he has a pistol. These guys have a sword. Okay, so he's the only one with a pistol. Interesting. So wait a second. What does Abelard do? Oh, so wait a second. I thought those icons there, 1 and 2, actually were the action points, but I guess we have 2 medkits, or 4 really. 2 on each slot, I guess. They do cost 2 AP, but this has 1 now. I think both said 2 earlier. So wait a second. What is he? He's melee, obviously, but... How do I see more about him? No, that's not it. Is there some other hotkey? Rumors? How do I see... Am I being stupid here? I'm probably being really stupid. Okay, I can't... Oh, here maybe? Yeah. What is this? Summary? He is dogmatic. We are... nothing yet. Dogmatic. Belief in the holiness and the infallibility of the laws of the Imperium. Adherence to the precepts of the God Emperor and the Holy Chosen Ones, carrying out his will to the ignorant and unruly masses. Unfettered hatred of the enemies of mankind, be they traitors, heretics, xenors, or servants of chaos. Okay, he's like lawful, good something. Heretical. Devotion to the corruption and taint of the warp through total submission to the basest and darkest impulses of the soul, or constant worship of the ancient gods of the Imperium. I like this one. Oh, he's also iconoclast. Belief in the value of human life and freedom, faith in the power of goodwill, capable of overcoming the horrors and dangers of the universe without the need for artificial prohibitions. The desire to seek out common ground and compromise rather than uncompromising destruction. Right. Follower, grim determination. When one of the conviction branches reaches rank 3 votary, it becomes the character's main focus. Oh. When that happens, the other 2 conviction branches cannot be raised above rank 2 adherent. Interesting. Okay. So he needs 1 more. And then he's gonna be like an iconoclast, right? And we can't go past here on both of these. So he's mostly iconoclast, not dogmatic. Because this is on level 2 already. Interesting, okay. We'll check all of this later. So what is he? Charge? The warrior moves in a straight line. Okay, he's a warrior. Okay, interesting. Relies on their superior skills in melee combat. The warrior keystone ability, Charge, provides them with both great mobility on the battlefield and a way to land an extra hit in combat. He moves in a straight line and launches a melee attack against any target in the warrior's path. This attack does not count toward the limit of the warrior's attacks per turn. There must be at least 2 free cells between the warrior and the target to use Charge. Spends all movement points. First creature along 6 cell line and cooldown of 1. Brace for impact. 0 AP, personal, once per combat. For 1 round, a Navy officer and their allies in a 3 cell radius gain +2 deflection for each archetype taken by the Navy officer. They also cannot be forcefully moved or over-penetrated. So wait, this can be +6 max? So he only has +2 now, right? Yeah. +2, +4, +6. I assume you can't have all of this. +6 seems very low if you're in the late game, right? Is 6 damage that much? Not really, right? He has weapon skill, he's a warrior. Core focus, melee, movement and dodge, armor and parry, taunts, soaking damage. Yeah, he's mostly a tank. Reputation. Drusians, Kasbalika mission, Imperial Navy Profit Factor, Fellowship of the Void Explorators. Profit Factor is a representation of the relative value of the rogue trader's warrant of trade and what opportunities and resources he can call upon. It's a measure of a rogue trader's wealth and power, the aggregated value of their income, treasury reserves, and exalted status. Profit Factor acts as a replacement for conventional currency and is used for all of the rogue trader's purchases from grenades to planetary improvements. Okay, I guess we'll learn more about this later. I think it's too early for this. Okay, so we have to be in a straight line and there must be at least 2 cells so we can charge. This guy has a gun. All of these have a melee weapon. There are 3 here. I guess we just like go here maybe, and we'll put my race up here or something, as far away as possible. Oh, okay, now it teaches us. Your new companion is a warrior. Abelard specializes in melee combat and drawing the enemy's attacks. Yeah, okay, I mean, we read all about this, right? If an enemy is in the direct path of charge, Abelard will attack them and will still be able to use an attack action afterward if he has not used one its turn. Okay. Melee attacks require the character to be adjacent to the enemy. Unlike single shots, melee attacks hit automatically with no need for a roll. The enemy will try to dodge and parry the attack if they are using a melee weapon of their own. Wait, so they have to use a melee weapon to dodge as well? No, right? I don't think so. Melee weapons can be used to make area attacks. All creatures in the area will suffer damage unless they succeed on a dodge test. Damage dealt by melee weapons depends on the weapon's parameters and the attacker's strength score. So I guess what they mean by area attacks is the cleave, right? That he did in the first fight we met him. Okay, let's see. This is 0 AP. And I guess we want to do this afterwards. I'm gonna assume we can still move if we do this, right? But let's do this first. 8 to 11, by the way. And he just parried, obviously. Attacks of opportunity. Yeah, okay, that's pretty normal. Let's use this, I guess, for deflection. We can still attack here, right? Yeah. Damn, dude. Always low rolling. Combat abilities of counters differ depending on their archetype. Available abilities are located at the bottom right. Okay, I mean, we know all of this, right? Yeah. So I guess we could hit him, but we're just gonna leave him be. Maybe he triggers an attack of opportunity. We're just gonna focus on killing these guys. And they should die from a dot sooner or later.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Oh, they can't even reach Abelard. 1 damage, okay.
Death to the weak!
Friendly fire. Companions can get hurt by your burst attacks or area attacks. Ha! To avoid friendly fire, keep an eye on the trajectory of the shots and the area of effect of area attacks and melee burst attacks. Right, okay. So the thing is, if we go here, aren't we gonna trigger an attack of opportunity from this one? Let me try. Actually, do I wanna try? Actually, no, I don't wanna try. I wanna do this. That's fine. Also, we can't... Oh, we can. So, even though we don't have enough movement points, we can still do this. Okay, I want to do this, but I guess it doesn't matter. Cool, so I guess we'll just like hit them. There is no way we'll get an injury here, right? No way someone does more than 50% of our HP. Oh shit, he just killed his own. Okay, I kinda wanna do this again. Yeah, that's fine. He's too tanky, dude. And now we can finish both of them, right? Order in which actions are taken in combat matters. Yeah, okay. So we'll do this. He might die from the dot. Yeah, maybe. And we'll finish him off. Yep, okay, 8 damage. Experience points. You can advance the level of your character and companions. Prevailing in battles, exploring the Koronus Expanse and completing quests earns you experience. Once you have accumulated enough experience, you gain a new level. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? How do we level up? 1 rank available. Also, we level up here. Choose skill. Keystone features. Oh, we get the Revel in Slaughter here from the archetype. So we just choose from skills here. Nothing else. Do we not level up at all? We don't. Like our characteristics, right? Nothing. So it's saying we want to go awareness or demolition. Can be used to deactivate traps. I don't want to get lore warp though. I don't want to have all the dialogue options available to us. How much do we have right now? Close, yeah. We have 35. We're doing pretty good, right? We get 5 from Sanctioned Psyker and Intelligence. Athletics. Demolition is agility. And then what was the other one? Awareness. Perception. I guess we can do awareness. Yeah, let's do awareness. Yeah. Notice traps, cleverly hidden objects, secret passages, and unusual or suspicious elements. It seems he's our highest right now, right? Actually, let me check really quick. He's 30. And we are 40. Yeah, let's do awareness. Let's do awareness. Cool. So that's all? I guess, yeah. You can only level up what they give you here. Firearm Mastery. The soldier gains the ability to make a number of extra attacks equal to their weapon's rate of fire, using the weapon attack that normally costs the least AP. These attacks do not spend AP. Until the end of the soldier's turn, their first attack against each new enemy automatically scores a critical hit. The soldier immediately reloads their current weapon. Interesting, okay. I mean, I'm not sure how much we're gonna use that. I feel like we just wanna do ignite every turn, right? But sure. And then Abelard, he's a warrior. Athletics and Koronus. Koronus is for resist negative effects, poison, stimulators, or alcohol, or athletics. I think he's mostly gonna be toughness based. So we'll just give him more Koronus to resist negative effects so he can frontline. You can also give him Medicae, but yeah, I'm just gonna go with Koronus for now. Yeah, that's fine. So, can we loot anything? Oh, we can. Oh, I wanna check if we can... Oh, wait a second. So the old injury got removed as well with one medkit? Didn't it say that it will remove the fresh injury first and only remove the old one if there wasn't a fresh one available? Weird. Maybe I misread that. Collecting loot. Defeated enemies have no further need for their former belongings, but you can discover valuable trophies among them. Trophies on the right side of the trophy window go to your inventory. Such items can be used or equipped by your characters. Melee weaponry. Okay. Trophies on the left are packed up as cargo and sent to your ship, which can later be used to trade with various factions. You can move trophies from one side of the window to the other by dragging them. Alternatively, you can use the buttons. Okay. Gotcha. So... collect all. So now we have 6 swords. Is this better? 6 to 9, 7 to 9. No. He has a chain sword. 25% more critical damage. Most warriors prefer swords for they provide more flexibility on the battlefield against close combat enemies. Critical damage. Can he even crit? Like, how do we see his crit chance? Dodge reduction, parry. How do I see the crit chance? Am I being stupid here? Crit chance. Can I even see that? Features? Not really, right? Huh. I mean, I'm not sure how important critical damage will be for him right now. Oh, wait a second. The chain sword also gives 10% to parry. So it's just flat out better, and it also has 5 more armor penetration. Pistol? 6 to 8. Effective against targets in cover and targets with high dodge. Okay. So everything is looted here. We can go in the Warren chamber. I don't see anything here. Okay, let's just move on, right? To the Navigator's Sanctum. Yep. A map of your voidship. It consists of several parts between which you can travel. Some parts are not yet available, but over time your character will be able to access them. So we have to go over here. Navigator's Sanctum. Von Valancius voidship. Let's go.